Level 1, Shitei, little brother or foot soldier. You're 19 years old in Osaka. You grew up poor in a neighborhood where the men with the nicest cars all seemed to know each other. You weren't recruited, you drifted. A man with a dragon visible above his collar offered you work moving cash between pachinko parlors. You said yes before he finished the sentence. You run errands, you deliver envelopes. You stand outside a club all night in a suit 2 sizes too large and tell people the venue is at capacity. You make almost nothing, but you belong to something. That belonging is the only currency that matters to you right now. You call your senior members Aniki, older brother. You bow first. You speak last. Respect here is a currency more carefully tracked than cash. Level 2, Wakashu, or senior foot soldier. You've proven you don't crack under pressure. You've sat across from police in an interrogation room twice and said nothing useful either time. Your oyabun, your boss, noticed. Now you manage the lower level men on your block. You oversee protection routes through the entertainment district. Bars, hostess clubs, and gambling dens pay a monthly fee for order. You also mediate. When a drunk businessman breaks a hostess's phone, you recover the cost quietly without involving police. You are the police here. You carry a business card that lists you as a consultant for a real estate agency. That agency exists. You visited it once. Level 3, Shitei Gashira, Junior Lieutenant. You command a subunit of 15 men. You report to the Wakagashira above you and extract performance from the soldiers below. Your operation spans 3 revenue streams: construction, bid rigging, commercial real estate negotiation, and a stake in a legal pachinko chain that serves as a financial filter. You sit in actual boardrooms now. The men across the table know who you represent. They just never say it aloud. Deniability is a shared courtesy. Japan's Boryokudan laws, passed in the 1990s, made your life structurally harder. Designated members can't open bank accounts, sign leases, or use certain services. You have civilians, associates without official rank, who handle what you can't touch on paper. The organization adapted. It always does. Level 4, Wakashida, or Underboss. You manage the syndicate's daily operations across an entire region. Revenue, personnel, discipline, expansion, it all passes through you before it reaches the Kumicho. You've brokered peace agreements with rival families twice in the last decade. Once in a private room at a Kyoto inn, and once through a third-party intermediary you've never met in person. You are meticulous. You keep no written records of consequence. You have a legitimate business portfolio that a mid-size holding company would be proud of. 2 of your construction firms won public contracts last year. You attended the city awards ceremony, you shook the mayor's hand and smiled for a photograph. That photograph ran in the local paper. Nobody printed what was underneath the suit jacket sleeve. Level 5, Kumicho, Supreme Boss. You sit at the head of an organization that predates Japan's constitution, its post-war economy, and every law enforcement agency currently investigating you. Your syndicate has somewhere between 10,000 and 30,000 affiliated members. The numbers are disputed, and deliberately so. You operate from a headquarters building in Kobe with a plaque out front and a functioning office staff. This is legal in Japan, or it was. Pressure from American financial regulators, OFAC designations, and domestic law reform have made the infrastructure increasingly expensive to maintain. A younger faction wants to move faster, go darker, abandon the old codes. An older faction believes the code is the only thing that separates you from chaos. Both factions are watching you for signs of which direction you'll choose. You've survived 4 leadership transitions, 2 wars between allied families, and a national crackdown that gutted rival syndicates. You survived because you understood something early. The most powerful position in any organization is not the one that acts, it's the one that decides whether anyone acts at all. The question no one asks you directly, but everyone is waiting to see answered, is whether the codes that built this empire can hold an empire together when the world outside has decided it's had enough. Level 6, Sohan Bucho, Headquarters Chief. You run the administrative center of the entire syndicate. Every revenue report, every personnel conflict, every strategic proposal from every regional boss reaches your desk before it reaches the Kumicho. You are not the most famous name in the organization. That's intentional. You are the friction between ambition and action, the filter that determines what the boss sees and when he sees it. 3 regional bosses resent you for it. 1 has gone around you twice. Both times, you let it happen. The first time was a test. The second time was a demonstration of what happens when the Kumicho receives unfiltered information from someone he doesn't fully trust. The regional boss who bypassed you the second time was reassigned to oversee a pachinko operation in rural Hokkaido. Nobody said anything directly. They never do. The lesson was received. You don't hold power by grasping it. You hold it by being the room every decision has to pass through. Level 7, Komon or Psycho Komon. Senior Advisor, the Shadow Seat. You no longer hold a rank anyone outside the organization would recognize. You stepped back from the formal structure years ago. Officially, you retired. There was a quiet ceremony. You received gifts. Men who had feared you for decades bowed and thanked you. None of them believe you're actually gone. They're right. The Kumicho calls you on a phone registered to no one. You meet twice a month in a private room at a restaurant that doesn't take reservations from the public. You offer nothing in those meetings unless asked. When you speak, the room changes temperature. You've watched 4 Kumicho rise, 2 fall, and 1 disappear in a way that was never publicly explained. You were present for all of it. You shaped most of it. There are things you know about the current leadership's decisions that, if they surfaced, would fracture the organization permanently. That knowledge is not leverage. Leverage implies you'd use it. It's something quieter than that, a kind of ballast, a reason the boat stays upright. You are 71 years old. You have grandchildren who believe you ran an import business. Your name has never appeared in a major indictment, not once. Prosecutors have tried to find the thread that leads to you for 30 years. Some retired without finding it. Some stopped looking for reasons that were never made explicit. You sit in that restaurant twice a month, drink tea, and listen more than you speak. The most dangerous men in the room are never the ones talking. From a 19-year-old drifting through Osaka to the quietest man in the most dangerous room, power doesn't arrive all at once. It layers itself. Responsibility over loyalty. Loyalty over fear. Fear over silence. And at every level, the question changes. At level 1, it's, do I belong? At level 4, it's, can I control the machine? At level 7, it's, can the machine survive itself? So now I'm curious, what do you want to see next? Do we break down how organizations like this recruit and build loyalty? Do we analyze the psychology of silent leadership? Or do we explore another power structure entirely? Corporations, cartels, political dynasties? Tell me in the comments, because the next deep dive is yours to choose.